Again, it's Priscilla Batzel in Spring Hill, Florida, trying to take care of a few loose ends from 2018, one of which was to show you guys yet again how I mix some paint, and this time I'm going to do it with adding some of my Iridescent Pearl Fine from Golden, just fluid. It doesn't say it's medium, it doesn't say it's paint, it's just that right there, and you can see that probably even closer right there. Let's see if I'm standing on my little stool to try and show you some stuff. So I have a bottle of GAC 800 that it says 10%, but I use more. I have a bottle of Floetrol, and I'm going to use that. I have some paint in the bottom of my container. Oh, I don't know, maybe 10% of the container. I'll leave that top off. Turn my top right side upside down so that the paint doesn't run into the threads. We'll mix that in a minute. For right now, I am going to, probably right after I show you the next thing, I'm going to mix some of this Gold Mica powder in with a little bit of GAC 800 and some Floetrol. Easy peasy. And I found it and I put it on my Amazon link. So the Amazon link is below the Teespring, that's below the video where everything else is. So if you click on my Amazon link, it should be one of the first two things right alongside my Because I Can book, which is the first 100 videos. So we'll do that in a second. But first, I want to show you this. This is a screw top gallon lid. So if you do a lot of painting, what you want is to grab just the lid, and the next time you mix a can of paint, be it black or be it white, because you're going to be using more of that than anything, then go ahead and grab one of those for convenience sake. You may want to put the largest marble. If you buy a batch of marbles, put the biggest one in there and shake it around. You may have to take it off to stir it with a paint stick. I don't ever fill it more than half full. So here's my container for red, and let's just pretend there's nothing in there right now. And this may shock a few people, it may not. You may not actually want to hear this. Okay, let's see. There's 10 to 20%. That was GAC 800. Now, next, I have the top off my red paint. I'm going to put a bunch of that in there. Yep, whoops. Some of it's coming out sideways. So that looks like a goodly amount. Probably less than I could use at this point. I have Deco Art Pouring Medium, which is actually a mix of Floetrol and Deco Art Pouring Medium, which isn't going to hurt my feelings. Whoop, that's not mixed. Okay, so grab something and mix that. And that something will be this paint stick. I should have thought of that. The Floetrol and the Deco Art Pouring Medium have been sitting there probably for at least a week now, being that it's been the Christmas holidays. And I will probably just give that a little bit of a shake too. Oh, there's even a marble in there. There we go. Now, I have what I consider to be around the quantity that I expect, and I will test that for the color saturation as soon as I give it a bit of a shake. And I'm going to take this top off again in a second. So there was a little bit of that Golden Iridescent Pearl Medium in there already, which should give you some sort of idea what we're expecting. So there's my method of testing. I don't see very much shimmer in there. I see some, but not a lot. So for me, that means I want some more. And that's why I'm mixing red right now anyway. You know what? The truth is, I want more paint. And I started with enough GAC 800 by Golden so that I know that I have made up that amount. So I'm just going to add some more, because I know color is color. And I want some more of that Deco Art Pouring Medium mix in there, because it already has Floetrol in it. And I'm just going to bring it up to the level I want to be in the container, which is about 1.5 inches to 3/4 short of the top, because I need room to shake it always. I'm not going to bother mixing that this time. And this is a 4-ounce container, and I've done this enough, so I'm going to go 1, 2 long pulls, or squirts, or a count of 2, whatever. Sorry, this is not my forte, so I'm going to shake that butt good. Maybe a little more for you than I would usually for myself, because I want to make sure that we get what I want. Oh, much better shimmer. Okay, it doesn't hardly look a lot different to you, but it looks a lot different to me. Yeah, and when I put it down next to the other one, I can actually see it shimmer. But being that I want this to be really super shimmery, and I have a backup bottle of Pearl Iridescent, even though this stuff is like, I don't know, $20, wait for a coupon, I'm going to give it one last squirt because I want it to be super shimmery. And I don't know if you can tell how shimmery that is inside that lid or not, but it's not bad. And I have, wait, I have a wet cloth. I'm going to give that a quick wipe. Yeah, I had a little paint there. There's probably some inside the rim of my... Usually if it's stiff inside the threads, I pull it out. Because anything that's in there, I don't really want in my paint. But I'm so used to pulling things out from having been naughty for so long and not screening my Floetrol that I'm kind of used to looking for stuff. And it doesn't hurt me either because I'm outside and there's bugs and they're going to land in my paintings. And if I don't look for them, if I don't look for the Floetrol boogers, I don't find the bugs either. So I'm good now. Yeah, and that red will just become part of that edge catcher design, which you can see right there. A good thing to have. And a little more accidental art, never hurt me. Not doing anything particularly with that paint stick other than finding a cleaner one to use in the gold because I want the gold to be pristine. So, here's my container. Let's see if it's still viable. It hasn't set too badly. Okay, it's set. It's kind of gooey. But to tell you the truth, I think this time I'm going to add a little bit of that Deco pouring medium and Floetrol mix. Because the Floetrol is actually a latex paint conditioner, I sort of expect it to bring back whatever's in the bottom there. And I can see that the gold is beginning to mix in as I swish it without using the stick. That way I won't dredge up any lumps, in my opinion. So I have a spoon here. I'm just not sure that it's a spoon I can use. So I might just take another stick. And I'm going to try and grab out. Yeah, I'd like to try less is more, but I want more. So I'm going to give it two heaping tongue depressors full. Let that settle down for a minute. And I'm going to use my Deco Art pouring medium and Floetrol mix. Whoops. And be careful of this stuff. I'm doing this outside, or I'm not going to breathe it because there's lots of fresh air. It's looking pretty lumpy, but I have confidence that it will recover now that I've got it all over everything and me. Yeah, there's a reason I don't share paint mixing with you guys, because I'm not really all that tidy all the time. I underestimate or overestimate the quantity of paint I can add in things on numerous occasions. So now I'm going to put my GAC 800 in, which by the way you could use actually as a finish coat. It comes out really nice and glossy and shiny and kind of smooth and flat. And I'm going to see how much more I can get away with adding to that and hope I don't get any lumps. And I really wish I hadn't wasted that. I have no idea how to get that off of there. I don't think even a spatula is going to... Ooh, maybe. There we go. Waste not, want not. There, I got some more. So, I guess, yes, I'm going to go back to the mix of Deco Art pouring medium and Floetrol, pretty much 50-50, and I'm just going to go to town and see if we can get away with filling up that container. But I tried to mix it into a small quantity first so I could see how much further it would go. Now if it doesn't go far enough and it's not a strong enough gold for me, I'm just going to pull out another mixing container because I saved these from potato salad and coleslaw and whatever else comes from the deli. And that one's got sand in it, not a good one to use. Let's try one that doesn't have sand in it. How about that? Alright. And I'll just have to find a top. Alright, so I'm going to do that. Pour it off. I can see the gold came right up from the bottom now. Maybe I'll just pour it back and forth and see what happens. And if it's strong enough, then I don't have to use any more gold. I'll just have used an extra cup and lined it with gold. But I'd like to make sure that that gets as mixed as I can make it. And I'm thinking I made up a bottle of that the other day, and it's got to be around here somewhere. It's a really small bottle. But my intention is to use this fairly frequently. I probably should have made a bigger bottle, but I wasn't sure how long it would sit or how well it would sit in that small bottle. So I'm just going to pour that back and forth a few more times till I'm pretty sure that that is a nice solid color. And it stays, for the most part, on that stick pretty well. So I'm going to put that aside, and I'm going to use what I consider to be a somewhat clean stick and just have a look myself to see what the color saturation is. And it's pretty good. I think if I left it like we do for pouring medium added acrylics so that it could sit for a little while in a puddle, it would probably cover quite nicely, as it has done for me in the past. So that's the clean cup. I'm going to use the dirty cup because I know the lid fit it, and I'm not sure I have a lid that'll fit this, but I will try and clean that out and use it today. So there's my gold. You saw the canister for the paint, for a gallon canister. Get that lid. There's my Deco outpouring medium that I mixed with Floetrol half and half. See, it says I should use 10%, but I know I use 20% or up to 20%, not usually more. So that's it. That's it for this informative little non-event video. And now my request has been satisfied. Hopefully you've seen what you've needed to see. You can ask me some more questions, and I'll try and do this again sometime. But this is Priscilla Betzel in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio. Sorry for all the sniffing. The pollen makes my nose run. I love you guys. Thanks for the comments. Check out the book on my Amazon link. Check out the Teespring clothing. I could use a little help. And I appreciate everybody contributing to the studio through PayPal and Patreon. And you will be entered automatically in a drawing if your email is up to date on those donation forms. And I will send you a notification and a copy of the pictures that are going to be in the drawing, and a reminder of the dates. So thank you guys. Hope you have a very, very happy new year. And I may have said this before, but I'd say it again. I love you guys. Bye for now. Priscilla out.